In a lot of my own work with George Lakoff has been focused on embodied meaning. And I want to give you some examples of this. So think of the ways your body engages its environment. You experience verticality. You experience containers. You experience things moving from a source along a path toward a goal. And you move your own body in that way to achieve purposes. You experience balance and loss of balance. Because of the way our bodies are, we have center and periphery, or center and horizontal character to our experience. And it's the result of the nature of our bodies and the nature of our environments. We have front, back, near, far, iteration. And Lakoff and I called all of these image schemas. And our claim is that this is meaning at the most primitive level. We're picking up on these structures that are meaningful for creatures like us, and they're shared by human beings. Now, the claim is that these can be elaborated culturally so that you get differentiation, but that all around the world, people make use of image schematic structure in their lives. And it shows up in their language and in their symbols, systems, etc. These structures have meanings and have a logic. So, my keys are in my hand. My hand's in my pocket. My pocket's in my pants. My pants are in this room. This room's in this city. This city's in this state. Where are my keys? They're in this state. And I'm saying that what do babies learn? They put things in, they take things out, that sort of thing. They're learning the logic of containment. And so I'm saying that a container structure, a basic container schema, and there are neural ways that these get realized, and I'm not talking about that part today, involves a boundary, an interior and an exterior. And there's a logic to that. We have basic conceptual metaphors in terms of which we structure our understanding. And these metaphors take a bodily and social source domain, like vision, let's say, and they map it onto a domain that we regard as more abstract. So we get a metaphor, something like understanding is seeing, as in I see what you mean. That was a cloudy argument. Could you shed a little more light on what you mean by conceptual metaphor? And so those metaphors are not accidental, we're claiming. They're not arbitrary because they're motivated profoundly by our bodily engagement with the world, the way our bodies and our environments are structured. And they put us in touch with important aspects of our being. And now we have 30 years of work on this cross-culturally where we can see how these play out in different languages. We have a metaphor, we call it affection is warmth. I'm holding a baby, and the baby experiences a kind of correlation between warmth and affection. And we claim that experiences like that provide a bodily basis for a metaphor, what's called a primary metaphor by Joseph Grady. And so I can say, I received a warm reception in Norway. Our relationship has cooled off recently. That's a fundamental metaphor that you find in cultures around the world. Affection is warmth. We're claiming that you evaluate a situation or an object as good or bad in relation to smell, and that becomes the basis for a metaphor. Like, so what Johnson just said stinks, or something like that. One of our most basic metaphors is organization as physical structure, because physical structures manifest functional organization. So there's an experiential correlation. And notice, as soon as you get a metaphor structure like this, you can take any physical object and relationships and use that metaphorically to understand abstract reasoning, understanding, inference drawing, etc. So remember the container schemas. A is in B is in C. Well, that can, if you understand categories as metaphorical containers, then you can use category logic for doing Aristotelian syllogisms and such. And so the claim is that we can look at any abstract process, cognitive process, and we'll find metaphors that let us build up the meaning, not top down, but from the bottom up.